Hello, Vogue. I'm Anya Taylor-Joy, and this is my life in looks so far. I'm curious. I want to know. I'm like, what do you have in here? Oh my god! So this is Thomason in The Witch. This was my first real film role. I loved that costume so much. It's a soft corset, which if you're getting into corsetry was a very good way to go. And what you can't see underneath this is that I have one long hair ribbon that's tying all of my hair together. And I fell so in love with this character, and I didn't realize that characters were real for me because this was my first job. So when the job finished, I was really mourning her, and I kept her hair ribbons in my bag for a whole year. And then we did reshoots, and they were like, we don't have the hair ribbon. And I was like, I got it. This is the first time that I went to the Met Gala. That is the only time that I've been to the Met Gala. I've always been working when it's happening. I loved this dress so much. It was so heavy. I was really freaked out because I didn't know anybody, and I think that situation in and of itself is very like, but the dress made me feel great. And I don't know if you can see, but I'm wearing a necklace that has like a bunch of little baby heads all over it. And that was my favorite part. At the end of the night, I was at the top of the stairs and was kind of just trying to like honestly figure out how I was going to get home. I hadn't thought that far ahead, and I was like, it's gonna be madness. And Haley Steinfeld walked past me, and she had all of these like long trains, and they enveloped me and almost toppled me to my death. But then Jimmy Fallon saved me. So that's a very normal story, I think. Yeah. Oh, these make me so happy. This is Johnny Flynn and myself, shot by Autumn de Wilde for our movie Emma. Look at my shoes. So like the best thing about all of these costumes is they were made on my body from like hours and hours of fittings. And Alexandra Byrne, our costume designer, who like I want to be when I grow up, she's so cool. We got to spend so much time together, and it felt like such an integral part of the character. And the thing with Emma is she's always performing. Her wardrobe is very performative, and so each one of the looks was like a true look, from the earrings to the necklace to the shoes to the reticule. That's a fun word, reticule. Yeah, it was great. I forgot that. Yeah, I was nominated for a Golden Globe for this. It was a weird time because my whole experience of award shows all took place over Zoom. And I got nominated for Emma and Queen's Gambit, I think. And it was just so surreal and exciting and, yeah, really thrilling. 2020 was a big, here we go, Baby Beth, Queen's Gambit. She is about to get her first period. It's a big day for her. This was really fun because I got to spend so much time with this character that I loved so much, and I got to play her through so many different eras of her life. And I remember having like a real fondness for her at this age. She kind of walks a little dumpy. She's like a bit unsure of herself. I had never played chess. And it was crazy because we showed up my first day and they gave me like this Bible of all the chess moves that we were going to do in the show, all of the chess games, and they were all based off of historical games. And I like went home, I was a good student, I learned a bunch of them. Our first day was the Mexico tournament series, and they changed a move, and I was like, no. This is how this is gonna work. You're gonna show me the moves 5 minutes beforehand, I'm gonna execute it, and then I'm gonna bin that and throw another one in. And it worked. I love her final White Queen look because I think that's when she was feeling herself. She was like, yeah, I'm okay. There are so many of the shoes that I actually really enjoyed. I really love a kitten heel. I got to keep a bunch. Another wonderful costume designer, Gabrielle Binder, she was so tender towards me because all of my characters are important to me, but Beth was somebody that I knew from the second I read her, and I was like, okay, she was the first character that I had to give a lot of myself to in order to be able to make her real. And Gabrielle was very cognizant of that and really tried all of the clothes on me, and if my body rejected it, we would take them away. So at the end of the show, she said, this is your wardrobe, so you can keep it. The coolest thing about Queen's Gambit was I'd gone back to work. I was working on the Northman at the time. And the only reason that I realized it was doing well was because members of the crew would come up to me and be like, hey, I saw your show, you were really great in it. And I was like, okay. And then it was just more and more and more people. So it was a gentle experience, I would say, until it wasn't. Okay. I love this dress so much. This is Dior at the Emmys. This was a crazy time in my life. I was shooting the menu, doing awardsy stuff for Queen's Gambit, and promoting Last Night in Soho all at the same time. And I think we were on night shoots for the menu, so it was really like a... I had a dream about this dress, and I wrote to Maria Grazia, and I was like, I've just had this image, and I really, you know, would love it if it could come true, and she made it come true. I felt so good in this. The back was really, really low. I can't remember what movie the reference was from, but I was wearing Tiffany diamonds on the back, and I felt good. 2021, another, I love a cape. I love these silhouettes. Look at the shoe. This is also Dior. This was Golden Globes. Again, it was still COVID, so there was no awards ceremony in person. It was all on a computer. And my friends had flown over and asked me how I wanted to celebrate. And I said I really wanted vegan fried chicken, and I wanted to have a sleepover. And then I won, and then we did that, and it was great. Okay. This is Sandy wearing similar boots from Last Night in Soho. This was very late at night. We basically became nocturnal for months, and it was hilarious because we were shooting in real Soho, and I would see my friends that were out partying, and they're like, "Why do you look like that?" And I was like, "I'm working." I knew she sang, but I think I was a bit anxious about it, and the way that I deal with my anxiety is by putting it off, which is like probably not the intelligent way of doing it. And so it just came to the day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my best. The dancing, we did have rehearsals, and that was so much fun. Like me and Matt Smith dancing together for hours on end, it was bad. 2022, what year are we in now? This is the menu premiere. I'm wearing Alexander McQueen. The Menu is a satirical horror movie in which a group of guests arrive at a Michelin star restaurant where the chef has other ideas about what is on the menu that evening. Did that make any sense? Okay, 2024, I am wearing Dior at the Dune Part 2 premiere in London. It was the hardest secret I think I've ever had to keep, but I'll really, you know, give props to Denis on this one. He is the most wonderful human being and talented creator, and he had so much faith and hope that we were going to keep this secret for the fans that it just really made you want to go, shh. So I told my mum and I told my husband. That was it. It was just so exciting. All the cast were so kind to me. It was fabulous. What a great way to be like, welcome to the family. I'm like dressed like an egg. Like, hi, how's it going? This is the Furiosa premiere in Australia, in Sydney. This is archival Paco Rabanne, and it was so good. I couldn't sit down, but that was fine. I will like give that up any day to wear this. That headpiece was incredible. It was very heavy. I definitely had like insane divots in my head. Fun fact, I tend to surf to most of my premieres. We get a Sprinter van, and I am standing up in the middle of the aisles, and I've now like turned that into a fun game for myself. I would like to like not hold on to anything and just exclusively surf. I also don't really work out, so that's like a really good thigh exercise, and it gives me a place to put my anxiety. So yeah, I surf. This is arriving in Cannes. I am wearing Altine, and the hat is Jacquemus. I'm not usually very well organized. I'm very good at on-set environments. My brain works in that way, but for myself, I'm like quite a messy individual. And for this, I just got like, I don't know, a message from beyond that was like, you should change now. So I wore something different on the plane, and then I went into the bathroom and came out, and everyone was like, okay, like let's go. Very glad I did wear that hat though. There was a lot of people outside, and it was kind of like a good buffer, actually. I'm a sucker for headpieces. I really love the 20s, and I love old Hollywood as well. And I just feel like there's something about the theatricality of it that makes me feel more in my body in these situations. I feel like if I can make something into art, then I have an easier time with it. So yeah, headpieces, they help. Yeah. This is the Golden Globes. I am wearing archival Dior. I felt so good. I felt so comfortable. There's something about this specific silk. It's like heavy. If I was a fabric, I would like to believe that I am this fabric. I feel like I could wear it forever. I still get so excited that I get to watch all of these movies before they're out. I feel like that's my version of like making it. That and reading books that aren't published, I just feel thrilled. So yeah, I definitely do a lot of watching over Christmas. This necklace has an absurd amount of carats. I feel like I'm told about it and then I try my best to forget, because then I'm like, take it back, take it back, take it back. I didn't realize that people didn't wear opals. I just thought they were beautiful, and I like the fact that they change depending on the light. I also, a friend of mine sent me, I'm not on TikTok. TikTok is bad for me, but a friend of mine sent me a TikTok that basically talked about like how I don't give a fuck about a color wave or like a color analysis thing. And looking at this, like, yeah, I would agree with you. I don't think I give a fuck about the color analysis. This is the most fun day. It was very cold, but we did not care. I have a really wonderful relationship with Seb, the photographer. He knows me and my husband really well, and so it just felt easy. I had a really good soundtrack on, and yeah, it was a really beautiful day. My grandmother is a religious reader, and she lives in Saragossa. It's from Barcelona, and so it's just really, really, like, I feel proud. Thank you for watching. Love to you all. It was really fun, and yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes next.